Hey friends, welcome back to Financial Literacy Friday on Manifest with Metty, where we talk money, mindset, and moves. Today we're getting into something powerful, manifesting from the end. If you've ever studied the teachings of Neville Goddard, you've probably heard this phrase: live from the end, not toward it, from it. What that means is that you're going to think, decide, and move as the version of you who already has what you want. Now let's bring that into money, because this is where people get confused. Manifesting from the end is not pretending you have millions while overdrafting your account. That's delusion, okay? This is alignment. It's preparation. It's infrastructure. If you truly believe wealth was flowing to you, would you still only have one checking account? Or would you open a high-yield savings account to hold overflow? See the difference? When you manifest from the end financially, you prepare for the capacity of your future. You don't wait for the money to show up to get organized. You get organized because you expect it to show up. That might mean opening a high-yield account specifically labeled overflow, or labeled something like investments or legacy. Not because it's full yet, but because you're making space. It might mean researching financial advisors before you need one. It might mean knowing which attorney you call if you needed to structure an LLC, create a trust, or protect assets. It might mean learning about estate planning before you think you qualify, because wealthy people do not scramble, they structure. Manifesting from the end with money looks like this. You track your net worth, even if it's small. Y'all, I'm going to go off my script for a second, because I'm sitting at my desk at work and I'm looking at my monthly income. It's on a piece of paper in front of me where I can see it. But the thing is, I have 7 streams now. That's the average number of streams of a millionaire. And the thing is, I'm not saying the big streams. My last Metty payment was $9, y'all. $9. But the thing is, even if it still stays $9, that's $9 I didn't have, and it comes twice a month. But my intention is to multiply it, grow it. So not just growing my main income, but the side incomes, the passive incomes, all of these things. And let me get back on get back on track, because I just want to say that, because I live this. I don't just speak it. I do these things. And if you've ever been to my house or in my room, I'll be talking about that on, it's going to be a few days away. So I was going to give y'all a little teaser, but it's okay. But let's regulate your nervous system around money. If large numbers make you anxious, you will subconsciously repel large numbers. So you practice seeing bigger numbers. You practice transferring larger amounts. You practice thinking in 5-year timelines instead of 5-day emergencies. You normalize wealth in your mind, because your identity determines your ceiling. When I think about manifesting from the end financially, I ask myself, if the money is already on its way, what system should I have in place? Would I have a team, an accountant, a tax strategist, an attorney, a financial advisor? How many of those do you have? Because I am 2 of those. But I'm saying I still would get outside help, but and I have all but one of those. Okay? Would I know my investment strategy? Of course I would. Would I understand asset allocation? Of course. Would I have separate accounts for taxes so I'm not stressed in April? Would I move with clarity instead of chaos? That's living from the end. It's not flashy, it's foundational. It's calm, it's prepared. And here's the part I love. When you start moving like the future version of you, you become her faster because identity shifts behavior. So this weekend, do one thing your wealthy self would do. Open that account. Rename the savings bucket. Schedule a consultation. Read the book. Increase the automatic transfer by $10. You don't have to be rich to act aligned, but you do have to act aligned to become rich. Manifest from the end, but also open the account. I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.